Good morning, everyone, or good evening, and some of us in the middle of a day. I will take our music away. I did not even expect this kind of music from Carmen Bizet, really beautiful classical music album I found for our videos. But I was aiming for more melodical and slow music. So anyway, today we're going to, hello Rebecca, who else is here? Let's see. I see it shows me that I have 5 people watching. So Rebecca, Jennifer, I think, Jenny. So it does not matter who and how many, but before we will start, I want to say a few words because of our lesson. We will be working today on motif number 13 from page 8. And when I looked at the motifs 11 and 12 and 13, they quite look the same to me. They almost similar motifs. And I think, and they are very easy, by the way. Of course, I will show only one of those 3. I chose motif number 13 and number 11 and 12. That will be your homework, just to practice how you can read the diagram and how can you make this motif. My suggestion will be to you also to look not just to a diagrams on page 10, diagram for motif 11, and diagram for motif 12 on page 11, and diagrams 13 on page 10. So we will make this one. I don't know why I chose 13. I think when I was looking at it, I opened this page and this was first one, so I just didn't even look at numbers and start making this yesterday just to see how, if there are any tricks about this diagram or whatever. So today we will do this motif, and those 2 motifs and diagrams are for you to decode and crochet. They are actually very easy, nothing really very difficult. You crochet on a circle, on a round, each row. This one is a little bit different, only in a way that we have only 3 petals, and the part is the flower is 3 petals, basically. We can call it fan or floweret. There are a lot of different names for motifs like that. For this motif, I will use, I don't know what thread you will choose, but you're free to choose any thread you're comfortable with. If you're learning, of course, you can crochet with thread number 20. For padding cord, I recommend always to get thread or number 10 or number 5 or thread number 3. I will use for padding cord crochet crochet thread number 10, and according to the written instructions here, it tells you to have 1 meter to cut and fold it in half. I will have 2 meters. I will cut thread 2 meters and fold it in half twice. So I will have padding cord with 4 strands. And I will use crochet thread from Lisbeth, number 20. And crochet hook 0.9 millimeters. So first, before we will go anywhere further, let's stop and talk a little bit about the diagram. So hello to everyone who joined me, Sally, Jenny, and Nadezhda. Здравствуйте. So hello to everyone. I'm glad you all joined me. Please remember, I always ask the same of everyone to do liked my video. This will help the algorithm on YouTube to spread the video to more people, so more people can see the video. And of course, if you have chance to share the video somewhere in your group, if you have your own group or in other groups, of course, pay attention to the rules of the group because not every group allow videos. And also, just send your friends my way for free lessons from beautiful books of Irish crochet. Okay, so let's first look at this diagram. The diagram quite easy and very easy to follow. We already established and know that the red curved line is padding cord. Red arrows like that show you direction of your work, how you will crochet. The numbers indicate number of stitches, or right here in the center it will be number of thread wrapped around the pencil. So for this motif they ask us to cut first of all padding cord. So since if you are like a few important things for you to understand and remember. If you are just learning, if you never crocheted over the padding cord, I will suggest you to crochet over the single cord. Pick up padding cord, a thread for padding cord number 3, for example. It's nice thick thread. Or you can get thread number 10. That's fine too. You can also crochet over the double cord. So the way it says in the book, cut thread 1 meter and fold it in half. If you experienced and if you like me like a really thick padding cord, then cut thread for padding cord 2 meters and fold it in half twice. So this way you will have 4 strands for padding cord. If you are very experienced crocheter, of course, it's right away you can go on and crochet with really fine thread, with a thread that you're comfortable with. So this what I will use. So now, the first step we will take, we will, if those of you who know Japanese is great, you can read, but I translate mine through the Google and through the camera. You can, just a little secret for you, what I do and how I translate. I have a Google app and translator app, and they have, if you have smartphone, of course, you can install this app, and then there are a little camera in the app that you can aim on the text and it will translate everything that it says here. The book that I have is in Japanese. There are a lot of reprints of this book that are in Chinese language, so you have to be careful what you translating. If you see that your translation is kind of a little bit off and doesn't make sense, you're probably translating Chinese, or so you have to make your app tell your app what language you want translated from, Chinese or Japanese. So my book is in Japanese. It's one of the first books that were published, and it is in Japanese. So it says here that we need to take a thread and a pencil, and around the pencil we will have to make wrap thread around the pencil 20 times. And then after that we crochet over that coil of thread 24 single crochet stitches. So this number in red, and throughout all the work tell us number of stitches so that we don't have to sit and count each stitch. So we will crochet 24 stitches and finish our round with a slip stitch. We have 2 black dots in here. So first one black dot, it's when we adding our working thread and start crochet. So at first we secure our crochet and crochet thread, and first stitch always slip stitch, and then we make our single crochet stitches. When we finish the round, we make slip stitch. And then watch very carefully what else we're doing. So those arrows show us direction in which we will crochet. We will crochet petals, first petal, second, third. And then we will go back and crochet around the padding cord, continue, and crochet again around, again petals, and on a half circle in the center. So first center, after we finish center, we will introduce padding cord. So padding cord can be introduced together with a slip stitch. And then over the padding cord, we will crochet first petal, and we have here 30 stitches, 30 single crochet stitches. After that, skip 2 stitches on the round part of the motif and connect with a single crochet stitch, this single crochet stitch, to the third stitch of the center piece. And also make sure to connect with padding over the padding cord. Crochet that stitch, connecting stitch over the padding cord. The second and the third petal crocheted a little bit different. First we crochet 7 single crochet stitches, you see that number 7, and then we crochet with 1 single crochet stitch and connect with that stitch our first to the first petal. So second petal connected to the first with single crochet stitch over the padding cord to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8th stitch connected to the 8th stitch here. And then we continue crochet 23 single crochet stitches over the padding cord, and again skip from the center part of motif 2 stitches and connect your padding cord with single crochet stitch to the third stitch of the in the center of the motif. And then again you repeat the third petal, you crochet exactly the same as the second. After that, following the red line, so this is where we added our padding cord, we crochet first petal, second, then third, and then we come into the round part of the motif. And now we crochet over the padding cord, and you can see single crochet stitches, and we have those lines, right? We will crochet into the back loops, and here's the number, 15 single crochet stitches into the other half of the round part of motif. And then when we come to this last 15th stitch, I'm sorry, right here, we continue crochet now over the petals, again into the back loops. Throughout all entire work we crochet into back loops. So each petal is decorated by an edge that consists of single crochet stitches that crocheted in the back loop and picots. We start here with 2 single crochet, then picot, and after that we make 3 single crochet stitches separated by picots. Total of picots we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. At the end of the first petal, when we will make last 7th picot, we will make 1 single crochet stitch, the last stitch over this petal, then 2 stitches over the next petal, and continue the pattern, picot and 3 single crochet stitches. And again at the end, after the last picot, we will crochet single crochet stitch still on the second petal, and then 2 single crochet stitches in the third petal, and again picots with 3 single crochet stitches, and finish the petal with 2 single crochet stitches, and finishing the other side, the round side of motif, also the same way, single crochet stitch, then picot, 3 single crochet stitches separated by picots, or the right way to say picots separated by 3 single crochet stitches. And at the end, here's the end of our work. We already know these triangles, beginning, the end. and finish your round with single crochet stitch. So most important things to remember: we crochet throughout the work over the padding cord all the time, and we crochet into the back loops. Very simple motif, and probably little tricky ways of making it. So let's do it together. And also, as I was crocheting, I kind of felt like it's not enough for me 3 petals, so you can crochet another motif based on this one that will have more petals, just on a round. This is what I did also with the same motif, only made petals, and then decorated them also with padding cord, only the tips, the tops of each petal, with single crochet stitches and picots. It's very easy to make this motif if you will make this one. If you can manage to do this, you can manage to make this motif. It's a very beautiful motif actually. So let's make this one together. So first of all, we need, and I did not prepare, so I will cut right now my padding cord. Thread for padding cord, I will take hello Wendy, Rick. So I will take thread 2 meters. Of course, you can choose a different length of your padding cord, just 1 meter as in the book, and fold it in half only once. I will use 4-stranded padding cord. So here's my padding cord, folded in half twice, and I have 4 strands. I will put it aside. I'm not ready to introduce my padding cord yet, so we will make this right here. And I will move away the diagram so that you could see only my hands, how I crochet. And where's my hook? And we need pencil. I cannot find my pencil, so I will use just the handle of my hook that I have, round hook. So we have to wrap thread around. Hello, Via. Have more people here. Hello, everyone. So for now, I will only crochet. I said hello to everyone who joined. So 20 times wrap thread around the pencil or any round object like crochet hook handle, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I always put that short tail over and continue. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I always cut this piece. I don't need this anymore. Then very carefully take off your Let me move my camera just slightly, I'm sorry. Probably it will be shaky, but I can see that my hand's moving away somewhere. So very carefully take the coil of thread off. Be careful not to lose it. Make sure it's all neat. And make your first stitch. It's our slip stitch, that first dark dot in the diagram. If your thread misbehave here, you remember what I do, right? Just put scissors inside, open them inside the coil. And then crochet, single crochet stitches. We need 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now when you crochet with the padding cord in a circle, in a round, the stitches have tendency curl inside like that. So you just have to help them, turn them away from center. And you can also make sure that on the back of your work they look nice and neat and snug together, so that you will not see padding cord through this. And if my thread bothering me more, is what I do. And continue. So we have 10 stitches, we need 14 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'll stop here for a second and show you a few things. So you see how my padding cord is kind of looking really silly here, not very pretty. You can also, and I have that short tail showed up. So here what I would do, you can take a needle, not the sharp part, but the dull part with the eyelet, and push this thread inside. You can do it with the hook, but with the hook it's quite tricky. You don't want to damage your motif and stitches. So this is that short tail. I can actually just cut this off. And if the rest is still showing off, just push it inside. Push it in. That's all. It's actually really a good tool, the needle, to use for buttons like that, and make sure that they look neat. And move thread so that the stitches here will look neat. So we need to make 4 more stitches. So I have 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. After that, we need to make slip stitch and add our padding cord. I would add padding cord right away, right now. So what I will do before I will make my slip stitch, I'll take the padding cord that folded in half already and hang this loop over my hook. And then insert the hook into that stitch where I have to make my slip stitch. And I actually will go, okay, like this. And move thread through the stitch, through the padding cord and the last stitch on the hook. That's it. Your padding cord is secured. And now we crochet following the diagram. So here we are, right in here. Now we added padding cord and we will crochet 30 single crochet stitches over the padding cord only. Then we will skip on the round part 2 stitches and connect the petal, the first petal, with single crochet stitch over the padding cord to the 3rd stitch of the round part. Okay, so 30 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. 30 stitches. Now when we crochet, it will not be curved, it will be a straight line. In order to make petal, you can move your stitches by holding them and pull on a padding cord. Of course, you don't want that to be twisted, so you can also do it this way. Just place it like that to the center and then pull on a padding cord slightly. Do it gently, never do it too hard, too fast. Something like that. Don't squeeze too much your stitches. Just as soon as you will have this shape that look like a petal. After that, looking at the center, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the 3rd stitch, over the padding cord, crochet single crochet stitch. Make sure that this stitch, the connecting stitch, is tight. It is very important. And now I will just look at my petal, see how it look like. Is there any adjustment need to be made? And that's it. After that, we're coming back to diagram right here. So we connected to center part, and now we crochet 7 stitches, and the 8th stitch we will connect to the 8th stitch here on the 1st petal, and I'll show you how to do this. So let's crochet first 7 single crochet stitches over the padding cord only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oopsie, 7. I'm just, when I count, I just go. Only 7, okay. So now I have a little bit gap here, so I have to move my padding cord slightly, my stitches that I will not see padding cord actually. Now there are a few ways of making that stitch. I prefer to make it this way. So I'll drop my stitch and then I go to the 1st petal and count 7 stitches up, or 8, I'm sorry, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Into the 8th stitch, insert your hook and then pick up hook from the 2nd petal and move it through. Move it through and finish your 8th stitch. This is your 8th stitch, connecting stitch. So you can do it this way, or there's another way of making it. I forgot how to do this. Well, actually, no. Everything is fine. I'm sorry. I was thinking about a different stitch. No. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking about different flower. It's not this one. Not for that motif. Okay. So we connected our 8th stitch. Let me finish that 8th stitch. It's almost like slip stitch, but it's not. You just connect with 8th stitch. And now we have to crochet 23 stitches. It's supposed to be 23 stitches. So 7, 8, and more to have 30. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So here you can count different ways, both ways. You can say count 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on until 30, or you count 7 and then you made your 8, and instead of counting till 30, you count 24 stitches starting from your 8th stitch. But I counted in a different way. So I have 7, then I made 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so on until 30. So just the way it's easy for you. So I had 15 stitches, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I already pull my cord slightly, preparing a petal curve for it. And continue. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. We have our 30 stitches. Again, we can pull on a cord and connect to the center piece of our motif. We count 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into a 3rd stitch over the padding cord, tight stitch, connect to the center like this, and make sure that each petal have the same size. You can see that my first and second petal slightly different. This petal still big, so I will just hold my piece like that and pull on a padding cord just to make sure to see how it's changing, to make sure that petals have the same size. And right here you will have this beautiful loop. When we connect with 8th stitch, it looks really beautiful. This place is really neat. It'll look like that. Look like a teardrop. And continue the 3rd petal, the last petal, exactly the same way as we made 2nd. So first we make our 7 stitches over the padding cord only. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And before I connect, I have to make sure that my padding cord is not showing right there. Just move your stitches over the padding cord closer to that connecting stitch, and it will look nice and neat. After that, I will drop my stitch here and count 8 stitches on the second petal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Insert hook into that 8th stitch and reconnect your hook with the stitch, 7th stitch here, and we're going to make our next stitch. So first we can move our stitch like that through the second petal, and then continue finish that 8th stitch. 8. Here we are. And continue until we will have our stitches. It says 23 stitches to make, 23 more. And I count throughout to have 30. So I had 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Again, I will pull on a cord a little bit, because before I connect, it's just easier even connect when it's curved like that. And on the center part, count 2 stitches, skip them, and connect to the 3rd stitch over the padding cord, like this. And of course, go back to see if all petals have the same size. I slightly will move my padding cord, and now all my 3 petals look the same. They have the same size. Now I will stop here. Just if you want to make this flower, continue crochet petals, you will fit exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 petals here. If you will follow exactly the same steps, skip 2 stitches, connect to 3rd. But we connect each petal to the previous ones. The last petal you will crochet of the flower, if you will make this one, you will connect not just to the previous petal, but your last petal will be connected to the first petal. Count only stitches, 8 stitches from this side, and connect the same way with single crochet. Then finish 7 single crochet stitches and connect to the same stitch as first petal. And then you will cut your thread and move everything in the back. Weave in padding cord, your working thread, and this is your flower. This is how it will work. So this is if you want to have extra motif out of this one. So next step, let's look at the diagram just to refresh our memories. So we made our second round, first round, we made petals. Now we have to continue second round. We will make single crochet stitches into the back loops. Notice those lines into the back loops of the first round, and we'll stop here and then we can come back. It says 15 stitches to make, And really you don't have to count because there are no more other stitches, just those stitches there. So crochet into the back loops. And over the padding cord, of course. I like to stop and make sure that my padding cord behaves well here, that it's not showing itself anywhere. And since I use 4 strands, I have to pick up each strand at that time and pull on it. And I missed the count of my stitches, which is not really important for this because it's all we have here, that half round. I have 9 for me, then 10 and 5 more stitches. So after you crochet single crochet stitches on the other side of the round center, here's our last stitch. Stop here for a moment, make sure that everything is fixed on the other side, that your work look neat, because you will not be able to fix it later. Wendy, what is the question? Okay, and these patterns markings are universal. They are the same in every language. Are you talking about this right here, those symbols? They sort of universal. They're supposed to be. In United States, in all magazines and all books, we have exactly the same symbols. And yes, Sandy, Wendy, and the same symbols, like these little crosses, they are for the padding cord. Lines can be different. I will show you what can be. Most of it I see in the books in United States and throughout European books that I had in my hands, the line like that, one line, and Pico's also showed like that. But there are a few different ways of different symbols, and let me show you what they are. I will grab a piece of paper and will show it to you. So, for example, very different symbols in Russian magazine and Russian magazine Journal Mod and Ukrainian magazine Duplet. They're in my website. You can find the symbols for those websites, what they use, and I'm looking something to put to elevate this a little bit. I used to have something. I will get my box so that you see better. So slip stitches are marked in different books, sometimes differently. So majority books have for slip stitch those two. And sometimes you can see, you cannot see it very well, loop like that over the stitch before. So for example, this is a stitch and little arch like that can be also it will be very little. It will be your slip stitch. chain always or little round or oval. This will be chain. Single crochet look like this or like that. In Russian books, not in Russian books, in Duplet. This is in Duplet, a magazine, single crochet stitch look like that. If we crochet into the back loop, it's all again depends. Since stitches, most stitches marked like this, oval around. So the back loop in Japanese books will be marked like this, just straight line for half double crochet, for single crochet, for double crochet. So if you have line underneath, actually not connected like here, just separated, this is means, this is indicate you crochet into the back loop. In other books I saw into the back loop like that, into the front loop this way, the arch up or down, and it makes sense because stitch look like that. So back loop here and front loop right here, like this one. And picots, most all Japanese books have picots, little chain stitches and little dot slip stitch that indicates to close it in the picot. In Russian magazines and in Duplet, picot look like that, like a teardrop but upside down. This is how it look like. But I like actually how in Japanese books and all magazines, you're welcome, Andy, all magazines in United States and all books have basically the same stitches. I really didn't see any difference between, unless there's some kind of specific stitch, then you just have to refer to specific book. Each writer of the book will choose their own way of, mark or create their own symbols. So now we made this stitch, row, finished the row, those 15 stitches. Here we are. And now we will crochet one more round around the petals and around this area. And this time we will make single crochet stitches and picots, also into the back loops, over the padding cord, but be careful how you count stitches. So the first petal will have 2 stitches for beginning, then each picot separated with 3 single crochet. At the end, after the last picot, we have single crochet, and again this petal and second petal and a third and a first, all of them start with 2 single crochet stitches and finished with last 1 single crochet. The same here. So first petal and last petal will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picots, and the middle petal, the second, will have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's follow the diagram and decorate our motif. So here we are, we finished this part, and now decorating with picots. And again, we do it over the padding cord. So we go into the first stitch of the petal, into the back loop, over the padding cord. First we make 2 single crochet stitches, and then picot 1, 2, 3. According to this book, chain 3 and close the picot with slip stitch. And now between each picot, 3 single crochet stitches over the padding cord into the back loops. I prefer to move my padding cord slightly to the front every time I insert my hook into the stitch. This way my row will look a little bit better, not so flat. And what I mean by flat, when you look at the first, at the bottom, it's kind of rounded. All those stitches look rounded. And when you crochet your over the padding cord, and your padding cord tends to go, have tendency to move on the back when you crochet, I try to bring it to the front so that here, and it's probably impossible to do. I really like the look, the way on the back it looks rounded. This is what I like. I would prefer this side to be a right side for my motif, but we will have to follow the directions of the book. Now, if you have twist like that, you just hang your motif in the air and let your motif unravel, not unravel, but untwist the thread. I will move my from the camera for a second because it's very difficult to crochet when your thread misbehave this way. Okay, I'm back here. So we made our 3 single crochet stitches, then picot again, 1, 2, and 3, close picot with slip stitch, like that, and again over the padding cord, 3 single crochet stitches into the back loops, 2 and 3. One, two, three, chain 3, and close picot with a slip stitch. Again, 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And make sure that on the back it's also look neat, so it's easier to adjust your padding cord earlier, not when it's already finished your petal. When petal is finished, it's rounded and will not be easy to move thread. And continue. So we have 3 single crochet. Now we can add picot. If you have questions, ladies, please ask. It's a good time to ask questions because the pattern is very repetitive. It's here. All we do is making 3 single crochet stitches, picots, so I can explain things like about stitches or about padding cord or whatever you have questions about. So please don't be shy. Ask me questions. That's why I have those video tutorials. And again we go and crochet 1, 2, and 3, and picot. And again picot. Okay, I think I made something different for my picot. 1, 2, 3. Some ladies I saw make longer picots, which also look beautiful. It's all up to you, very personal. I prefer my picots smaller. Unless the pattern tells me to make chain 5 or 7 for picot. This is when I change the size of it. But other than that, I prefer this kind of. Okay, I have here 1, 2, 3. How many picots? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one more picot. Okay, 3, mm, it can be a little bit tricky here where indentation, so I have 3 single crochet stitches, picot, our last picot, and remember that by the pattern, by the diagram, after the last picot of the petal, we make only 1 single crochet stitch. There's only 1 single crochet left on that petal. This is what we make, 1 single crochet, and then we start new petal with counting 2 single crochet stitches. First 1, then 2, and then picot 1, 2, and 3, and picot. Now for my flower, when I was making flower, I did not follow exactly the last row with picots the same way. What I was doing, I was skipping. So every time I come to the new petal and I started first petal, I skipped 2 stitches here, and then I make 3 single crochet stitches picot, 4 times, and only have 3 picots. So you have skipped 2 stitches. For the indentation, it will be skipping 4 right here, and you have 3 single picot, 3 single picot, 3 single picot, 3 single, then skip 2 stitches on this petal on the side, on the next petal skip 2, and continue 3 single crochet stitches picot, and so on. This is really needed if you want your flower to be flat, not flurry and wavy. So this indentation need to you have to skip 4 stitches, 2 stitches here and 2 stitches on this petal. Only then you will have a nice flower. Let's continue. So we have our picot, and we're going next 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and 3. Picot, again 1, 2, and 3 single crochet and picot. Like this. And again 3 single crochet, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3 for picot, chain 3, and slip stitch. And again we have 1, 2, 3, 1. I keep splicing my thread today, don't know why. 1, then 2, then 3. And this place is a little tricky because It's in that little tiny indentation between petals and the padding cord on the way. So before I made picot, I will adjust my padding cord one more time. Then we make picot. And the last stitch for this petal, again, we're repeating the pattern, just one stitch left in here, single crochet stitch. Like this. And again, we're starting our next third petal. I see message in different language, so I have no idea it was a question. If it's for me, please write in English or in, I know only 3 languages, Ukrainian, Russian, and English. So please, if you ask in English or Russian or Ukrainian, if you know the language. Okay, now starting next petal, 2 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, picot, with translation. It's nice on Facebook now. You can translate every comment that was made in a different language, but not here. They didn't make it possible yet. Okay, we continue with our pattern, and I'm a little bit distracted with talking. Again, we make a picot and continue. So first and third petals have 7 picots. If you follow correctly the diagram, 1, 2, and 3 picot, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and slip stitch. I always look at the good evening, Rick. Yeah, I wish that people will show more what they crochet. It's so important. I really would like to see what they make. And unfortunately, you and few more people showing what they crochet, and it's so nice to see how my hard work actually helps someone. So I will stop and adjust my padding cord. So just for, since I crochet, I can crochet and just give a little information to those of you who are new here or don't know. I have a website. It's called irishcrochetlab.com, the same name as this channel, Irish Crochet Lab. And you can go and see what I have there. I have a shop where you can find and buy crochet patterns for different motifs. Also, I have video tutorials In video tutorials I teach how to crochet traditional, semi-traditional with little more modernized way of making traditional lace, and modern Irish crochet. The way it's done by Eastern European ladies in Ukraine, Russia, in Belarus, Kazakhstan. So all this I show in my video tutorials. And also you can learn how to make a few very cute projects. And by the way, one of the projects I put absolutely free. It's in the Facebook, my Facebook Irish Crochet Lab. I have a few pages on Facebook. So one that belonged to a website have the same name, Irish Crochet Lab. So in my website, if you want to learn more information about crochet hooks, it's all there. All information about different thread. Of course, I don't have too many different kinds of thread on the website, but I discuss this in my private Facebook group. And this group is only available to all who purchased my video tutorials. In that group, I actually give my undivided attention to all my students. If you find yourself that you cannot do something, cannot make something, and you have problems and it does not work for you, or you don't understand video or crochet pattern, I always glad to explain and give you more help. So also on my website you can find video tutorials. They are absolutely free on simple stitches, just crochet stitches that are used in Irish crochet lace. So if you never crocheted at all but want to learn Irish crochet, you first need to learn basic crochet stitches. Only then you can make this lace. So just go to my website and do some research. Look around what I have, what my lessons about, what my patterns probably you like to crochet, just single motif of some sort. So it's all there. So now I will adjust the last time my padding cord for that petal. You can see it's already shaping up, looks pretty. And always never worry about if your motif is slightly wavy. If it's too wavy, then you crochet or too loose or added too many stitches, didn't count right. But if it's just a little bit like that, you can always wash your motif or just pin it to the board and steam it with hot iron. No pressing, just steam. Make sure to block it with pins to pillow or to a padding board or to the blocking mat. So petals are done, they all decorated. So just to review, 2 single crochet stitches with starting, then picots separated by 3 single crochet stitches, and after last picot 1 single crochet stitch at the end of each petal, and each petal begin again with 2 single crochet stitches, picot, and the last stitch, last petal I finished 2 single crochet stitches after the picot. Now what is left? This right here. And if we look at the diagram, we start with, you can see, they kind of continue in this pattern, 1, 2, 3 between picots. This is why we made 2. Now we will make 1 single crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picots that are separated by 3 single crochet stitches, and last stitch single crochet. So let's finish this motif. So we had 2, now we have 1 single crochet, and yay, my neighbor is mowing the grass. Now you can hear again. I'm not sure can you hear this or not. Sometimes in Kansas we have really loud thunder, and if I'm talking on a phone you could hear it, so I could imagine that the mower, grass mower, is even louder, so I hope it's not bothering you. And I hope you can hear me okay. So the round part is started with 1 single crochet stitch, picot, this is what I made, and then 3 single crochet stitches, then again picot, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Wendy, you can hear it, right? Well, right now he moved on another side of the house and you cannot hear, but he will come back to the other side. When this man, here it comes, when he mows the grass, he goes around on the circles around the house. There it is, it goes here, my way, interrupting my lessons. Well, okay, we will let him. He need to cut his grass. I cannot do anything about it, right? I cannot tell my neighbors, okay, this is time when you can mow the grass, this is your schedule. With my husband, it's easier because he understands that it's I need quiet time for videos. But neighbors, it's a different story. Unless I will bribe them with some kind of deliciousness from my kitchen. Tell them, okay, why don't you eat cake or chicken or whatever, and let me make my videos. So I'm finishing, I'm almost done on this circle, so we have to make 3 more stitches here. 1, 2, 3, and then last picot, and then single crochet stitch. We finish with single crochet. So I'm making my last picot, then last single crochet, and the last stitch on the round part of motif. Oh, Wendy. Then just give the guys a bottle of whiskey or chocolate candy or buy pizza. I can actually, there's neighbors next to me, they're really nice people, we're good friends, and I can joke about my lessons and them mowing the grass. I can joke about it. They're okay. Not everybody understands jokes, those people are good about it, so I am too funny. Yes, I am funny. Okay, ladies, so I'm at the last stitch. In the diagram, they finished with that single crochet. That's it. I always like to finish with slip stitch. Also, remember in previous lessons what I did with that padding cord. You can or sew over this or weave into the thickest part of your motif. The best and thickest part to weave in the padding cord is of course center part. So I am a big and strong believer that we have to take a good care of our padding cord. But first I will finish not with a single crochet but slip stitch. So I will go move my padding cord, drop padding cord, and I will flip my motif and connect to the closest stitch here with a slip stitch, like that. Then I can cut my thread off. Pull on a thread. And you can do two things, or sew over the padding cord a little bit, or weave part of it into the thick part. So I will show you two ways of doing this, and it's up to you. Choose which one you like. First, I will go and pick up a good needle, not too thick, not too... Okay, this will work. And since my padding cord, the thread for padding cord is number 10, it will be easy to weave in. Sometimes I use number 3, that one is not very easy to weave in. Oh my, okay, I messed up everything here. What did I do? Okay. Oh no, I definitely need to change time or tell my neighbor not to mow the grass at this time. I have to visit them today with something delicious. um, Me and my neighbor's wife, we are competing with her. She's on a keto diet and I am trying very hard. And since I like to bake a lot, I sometimes make keto cake or keto donuts or whatever it is. And I always share with her. So I'll have to bring more of something. I'm really craving something delicious today. I don't know what it is. I want something. I know what I want. I want eclairs. This is what I like a lot. So I will pick up a stitch right here on the side of this round, like a little bit. Then I will go right the way straight for the center, because center is the best place to weave in. And I will weave in my padding cord right there. And I'm not going to weave all the way like whole circles all around, just like a centimeter or so. Depends on the size of your motif, of course. So once thread is weaved in, I can cut it off. And I take one by one. It's just not possible to do it with all these 4 strands right away. And again, I will go for the centerpiece, kind of on the other side. And the same, I will cut it off. And there's one more thing what I do. If I have a padding cord that consists of 4 strands, it's plenty. It's enough to weave in only 2 strands, and the other 2 you can or sew or weave into other parts of motif or cut it off. As soon as you secured at least 2 strands of your padding cord, the other 2 will also stick together and they will not move anywhere. So this is how motif look like. Really pretty. And as always, you already know, I always give a big attention to weaving in your working thread too. Do not cut this thread next to the stitch. It's very important, especially if you will use silk or any sleek thread. I know that a lot of people like to try different thread, not just cotton. With cotton, it's way easier, but if you want to try rayon, if you want to try bamboo thread or silk, every sleek thread is really need a lot of attention when you weave it in. You don't want to, actually I don't like to go there. Petals are too tight, so I will continue and try to do that with my centerpiece. It's easier here. So it's very important if you have sleek thread to weave it in into the motif, quite a big piece, because you don't want your hard work to be unraveled and later just look bad, and not always to fix it, not always easy. Do we have questions? Oh, Sally, don't worry about it. It will look nice. And I'm not sure you. Sometimes we're too critical of ourselves. If you're a beginner, if you're learning how to do it, first motifs will always look a little bit weird. Don't think that when I'm learning something to make, everything looks perfect. Sometimes I was making motif, a totally different motif, some few days ago, and it looked so weird. I just couldn't figure out what I was doing. I made mistake and I didn't know where even. I just throw away my motif because unraveling Irish crochet not a good idea. And just be nice to yourself. And to be neat, it's not so difficult. Just don't be in a hurry. Neatness comes also with time. Motifs look neat when your tension is right. If you crochet too loose, you need to adjust your hook. Probably take hook one size less, smaller. That will help. And work with tension. Tension is the key to a neat motif. And the way you sew your thread, also very important. Just practice and be patient, and you will accomplish the same results. Okay, ladies, this is how it looks like, this motif. Fix this area right here. If you want that, it's really beautiful if you make stitches visible, kind of push on them to see this, both stitches on both sides. Looks really neat. I like that. So this is it. This motif is done. Or you can, now you know how to make this flower. Basically follow the same steps, only we don't make half here. We just crochet petals and then decorate them. So if we don't have any questions, please ask. So for homework, just for yourself, I don't want to spend time on simple motifs like this one. I just showed one, and the rest motifs, this 11th and 12th, are very similar. Next lesson, I will stop on one of those motifs. I probably will go with 14. This is also very simple, but there are those motifs tricky. They called, I forgot the name, scroll. Scrolls can be very difficult to maintain the same on both areas. I will show you how to do that and make beautiful scroll. So next week, spend time making the other motifs. I will take a little break probably. I will see how busy I will be. But let's plan for the next Tuesday again for lesson. And if I will not be able to do it, I will, of course, tell you. And this Thursday, we will have our next lesson from Masterpieces of Irish Crochet Lace. So please join me on Thursday, this Thursday, at the same time at 12 o'clock. We will continue with a new motif from that beautiful book. Where do we buy book? Wendy, which book you talking about? Are you talking about this? This book can be purchased on Amazon. Amazon have this book. It's a little bit pricier than if you buy it on Etsy, but you have to be careful on Etsy. Etsy, if you see that price more than like $20, $30, or around 40, this is actually a real book. If you get, if you see price $2.50 or something, it's not a book. It will be a PDF file, which is actually a copyright violation. It's stolen book, just taken book. And made copies of it. And the thing is that you can pay and you will not see very clear your diagrams. And so this is the downside, cheap but bad quality. So I always recommend, look, better buy a book. Save a little bit money, it's a little bit pricey, but this is priceless book. This book is good. So Amazon or Etsy, but make sure you pay for book, not for the PDF file. So I'm looking at the $45 on Amazon, right? Well, search on internet, probably you'll find somewhere cheaper. Search still Etsy, probably you'll get this book cheaper. Okay, so no more questions, I guess. I don't see other questions. So that's it for today then, ladies. I am glad you joined me. Thank you very much. Those of you who are part of Irish Crochet Lab video tutorials private group, please post photos of what you crochet. I will be always glad to see how you are doing. And that will be it for today. Have the wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe, healthy, and crochet a lot. Enjoy good weather and stay safe again. That's it for today. Have a good day. Goodbye.